Hey, welcome to this tutorial. It'll show you how to download and set up and install the latest version of Visual Studio Code. This is a great IDE or integrated development environment for anyone that is looking to develop and learn how to program or to work with code of various different languages such as Python, HTML, CSS, PHP, and a variety of other languages that you can find on my YouTube channel, where you can watch tutorials on how to set up Visual Studio Code to work with different languages. All we need to do is go to code.visualstudio.com, and in doing so, you just want to find the download associated to your environment. And in this case, I'm working on Windows, so I'm going to choose the Windows environment, but I'm going to go with the system installer. So I'm just going to choose the version that I want, and the x64 takes you over to the Getting Started page, and meanwhile in the background you see your downloads happening in your browser. What we'll do now is we will click on Open File here to run the installer. I'll accept the agreement. I'll choose Next. Pick the location. Location's important, where you might want to install to, depending upon your computer. If you want to move it to a different drive, if you have a bigger D drive, you may want to change the location to a D drive instead. In this case, you're going to set up your start menu, your icon name and all. I'm going to keep it as Visual Studio Code and click Next. Here's some options. You want a desktop icon? I do. The Open with Code is a pretty cool feature in Windows Explorer. I'd like that as well. And also want it in the Windows Explorer directory. So you choose those options to your preference. And I like to have it in my path, so that way I can access things from my command line. And it'll also register Visual Studio Code for supporting any other extension types that you like. So I'm going to choose those options, click Next. Go over the settings that I've chosen, hit Install. Once it's done, you can launch it, make sure it worked properly, hit Finish. And you see Visual Studio Code is now launched. You are ready to start working with setting up your environment now for VSCode, depending upon extensions you might work with or the programming language you might want to work with. What I would recommend at this point, if you are a subscriber, you can check out some other videos and tutorials on VSCode based upon the programming language that you might be working with. I have other ones for Python, Java, and a few others on my channel. If you're not a subscriber, please be sure to subscribe and maybe pass this along to others if you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it helpful. Thanks.